illness. So far, medical experts say it's difficult to know which kids are most at risk of developing these severe complications. And now the illness is rare, so Dr. Reddy called that a silver lining. Now, as for the patients at Children's Healthcare, if they test positive for COVID-19, then they'll do some further investigation, again, to determine if there's any link to this new illness. Jeff?
All right, Hope, thank you. The challenges of online learning. Next, hear from a mother who fears e-learning could be the reason her daughter gets left behind.
Well, after a front moved through this morning, it brought in some gusty winds for much of the day. In fact, they peaked around 30 miles per hour in Gainesville and almost that strong here in Atlanta. So coming up, the cool air that's filtering in overnight, just how low your temperatures are going to go.
Live is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov.
Atlanta Public Schools has voted to hire Dr. Lisa Herring as its new superintendent. The Macon native comes from Alabama, where she served as the superintendent of Birmingham City Schools for the last 3 years. Dr. Herring will replace Dr. Maria Karstarfin, whose contract was not renewed. She will leave the position once her contract expires next month. As Dr. Herring's tenure begins, parents are still trying to figure out how to maximize e-learning, and that burden is especially felt for parents of children with special needs. 11Alive's Natisha Lance has more.
I'm going to read about Rosa Parks.
This is a small glimpse of how life inside the Foy house has changed. Stay-at-home mom Elizabeth has become a full-time teacher to her children, with special attention given to her 13-year-old Hannah.
Today is
Monday.
Tomorrow is
Monday.
Hannah has Down syndrome with autistic features. It puts her at high risk for COVID-19. She's usually taught by a group of teachers and specialists. Now, it's just one.
What's this one?
One.
Good.
She has adjusted to the new routine over time. We still have lots of behavior, and that's been very challenging for both of us.
Almost more than missing her school routine, Hannah is missing out on seeing her friends and all her extracurriculars like cheerleading and the Special Olympics.
Many of the things that made her life rich and full and meaningful have been canceled and closed, and it's really hard to explain to her.
She tries to keep lessons interesting, but worries it's not enough.
So I'm definitely concerned that she won't be where she needs to be next year.
Elizabeth says some days the schedule is overwhelming, but she remains resilient.
Hannah has taught us to make the most of every day that we have, so we try to find joy in the things that we do every day.
To keep Hannah on track, she will likely have to work through the summer, but it will require one-on-one instruction. Elizabeth hopes if e-learning continues into next year, a new system is put in place to assist parents teaching with special needs.
If you're new to online learning, it can be difficult to get adjusted to us. It's not for everybody. Here's some tips from EDX on how to ensure to maximize your time. First, Self-care is important. Be sure to schedule breaks and maintain healthy habits. It may be tempting to put things off, to procrastinate, but setting aside time for learning is key. Minimizing distractions also is helpful, and most importantly, communicate. If you feel stressed, tell your teacher, and be sure to always communicate with classmates. That way you will not fall behind and you will do your very best.
Well, the winds have really started to weaken quite a bit. This is a live shot in downtown Rome, and you can see how the flags have really slackened. They were blowing like crazy earlier as we had those gusty northwesterly winds behind the front, and now temperatures are going to be cooling off in a pretty big way. But it was a beautiful afternoon, and one of our 11Alive storm trackers, Dory, here in Roswell, right at the intersection, that crazy intersection of 400 and Holcomb Bridge Road. You know how busy it can be, and somehow this family of geese made it safely across. 8 goslings there. That is pretty amazing as they made their way right across the street. 69 was our high today. That was 10 degrees below average. We should be around 79, so we were definitely unseasonably cool. We were at 51 for low, and we're going to be several degrees colder than that tonight, so get ready in the morning to grab a jacket before you head out the door. Those winds today were really something, gusting up to 30 in Gainesville, 26 miles per hour in Canton, 28 miles per hour in Atlanta. And now that the winds are starting to die off, we won't see the mixing in the atmosphere as much, so we'll cool off really quickly, especially with clear skies and dry conditions. Right now we're at 58 in Atlanta and Marietta, 53 in Rome, and 52 in Dalton. And that frontal system's all the way down in Florida now. Notice there is some moisture out to our west. It's going to try to make its way in here, but for the most part, it may bring in a few clouds, but we're expecting to stay mostly dry as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. So the next 12 hours, expect to see mostly clear skies, temperatures getting down into the mid-40s here in Atlanta. And in the high country and the mountains, will likely be down close to freezing. Maybe not quite make it that chilly. In wind-protected spots, though, it could be very cool, and we're not expecting any frost at this point, at least with the breezes still up a tad overnight. So temperatures tomorrow, though, nice, rebounding into the low 70s. It's going to be a really nice day. So cool and dry. It'll be chilly to start on our Tuesday, and then late week warm-up to look forward to as well, with temperatures getting into the mid-80s. So here's the way we think temperatures are going to cool off overnight. We should be down in the mid-40s here in the Atlanta area, 44 in Carrollton, 45 Marietta, 38 in Rome, 35 in Dalton. And then after lunchtime, we'll start warming up quickly. We should be in the low 70s by mid-afternoon. So I think the coolest morning of the days to come this week will be tomorrow morning, and then we'll start to see high pressure building in. And as high pressure starts building in day by day, we'll see those warmer temperatures. So we're going to be going from about 10 degrees below average to being right around 10 degrees above average. So a big warm up for the end of the week, and staying mostly dry, mostly dry. We'll be watching that carefully, though. So a chilly start to your Tuesday morning. Grab a sweater or jacket as you head out tomorrow. Even if you're taking a morning run, it's going to be a bit brisk early to start. And then we should be in the low 70s by the afternoon. We'll start out in the low 50s Wednesday, get up to 80 degrees, plenty of sunshine. You may see a few clouds from time to time with those disturbances to our north, but for the most part, we'll be mostly dry, with chances of rain going up over the weekend a bit and into next week. And we're also watching the tropics. Yes, believe it or not, it looks like we may be talking tropical activity as soon as the weekend. So we'll talk more about that coming up in about 20 minutes. So here's your weather wow moment. It comes to us from Tommy Meyer. This was in Clayton at Tallulah River. He went to the state park this weekend and he said it was beautiful, but allow yourself plenty of time if you go up there because they are social distancing and not everyone gets in. So if you'd like to be a storm tracker, please go to our Facebook page, our 11Alive Storm Tracker Facebook page, and join us. We'd love to have you.
Oh, I love Clayton. I have spent some time up there having fun. Great place. Graduating senior with a passion for music has dreams of joining the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, the ASO. So when we heard she wanted to meet her music star, her idol, we made sure it happened. You'll see the surprise coming up next.
start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Coronavirus has shut down formal high school graduations everywhere, and it has not put a damper on graduates' dreams and ambitions. One senior in Cartersville has a talent and a passion for music. She admires a local professional musician and dreamed of meeting her. The ASO, the Atlanta Symphony, is as good as it gets in this hemisphere, and it matches up awfully well with those in Europe as well. When 11Alive learned about her desire and her dream, we called in Bill Liss to make it all happen.
Madison Jenkins, a talented clarinetist and senior at Woodland High School in Cartersville, has spent her 4 high school years honing her musical talents. But her ultimate goal is joining the Atlanta Symphony and sitting beside her idol, clarinetist Laura Arden. Arden is a symphony star who has appeared with orchestras and at festivals around the world.
One of my biggest goals is to be able to sit next to Laura Arden and be able to play on stage with her. That is just something I dream about.
11Alive learned of Jenkins' passion for music and her plan to go to Young Harris College on a full music academic scholarship. We also knew that by introducing her to Laura Arden could be the spark plug that could really get that future moving. We contacted the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra staff, and before you knew it, Laura Arden and Madison Jenkins together on Zoom.
Wow, it's so great to meet you.
Yes, it's so great to meet you.
I read your paragraph and I'm so impressed with everything that you do. You do a million things and yet you still play the clarinet.
Jenkins was overwhelmed.
Don't mess up, Madison. This is your idol. You can't mess up. You don't want to sound kind of ridiculous or silly in front of her. So I was trying to stay calm.
Start playing really flat so that I'm kind of mushing myself into that gliss.
But she's just someone that I really look up to as a musician and as a young female.
And that's all I kind of remember.
That's good.
And from that moment on, sharing the Zoom screen, a meet and greet turned into a music lesson that Jenkins will long remember, talking to her idol at length.
Oh my goodness, this is the next best thing.
Thank you so very much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And Arden has invited Jenkins to come backstage after the next concert to continue their musical conversation.
Nothing like Rhapsody in Blue and George Gershwin here on a Monday night. After college, Jenkins plans to teach. She also plans to be certified to use music as a therapy for young people with special needs. Great story.
Bright future ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Great to see you this Monday, Jeff. It's time for me to head out to get ready for Up Late, coming up on 11Alive at 11 p.m.
That's awesome. Monday is here, but we're all set and ready to go toward the week, right?
Let's roll.
Let's roll. Thanks. See you in a while. Here's what's coming up on the Big 36. Sent to prison for a crime she did not commit. Next, an exclusive 11Alive investigation into the flawed forensics behind her case.
The people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick.
A Georgia woman sentenced to life now has a new chance at freedom for a crime she did not commit. It involves a murder case 11Alive profiled in 2018, which shed light into flawed evidence. Here is Reveal investigator Andy Parati.
I said, I'm gonna call you right back.
On a busy sidewalk downtown Atlanta, Ricky Allen doesn't let his wheelchair slow him down. He's used to obstacles. A train accident took his legs at 13, and then he lost his mother, Sheila Ditton, to life in prison a few months later.
For her not to be there, under her own will, you feel me? It was just devastating.
More than 15 years later, Allen recently learned he could see his mom free from incarceration after the Southern Center for Human Rights discovered a problem with evidence used to convict her. What was your reaction?
It's just disbelief.
The case involves the murder of Eugene Garner, found beaten to death inside his Waycross, Georgia home in 2004.
I wonder if you saw that.
The district attorney's office indicted Allen's mom with Garner's murder, claiming 2 pieces of evidence linked her to the crime. The first, an alleged confession Ditton made to this woman, Shannon Jones, seen here during an interrogation.
I opened the door and she said, I just did something. I said, well, you did. She said, I just killed somebody.
But the DA's most compelling piece of evidence at the time? Bite marks found on the victim and Ditton, showing a possible struggle between the two the evening Garner died. Years later, though, Ware County Judge Dwayne Gillis now says bite mark evidence is inherently unreliable, even going as far to write in an order, if the trial happened today, it would probably produce a different verdict. This past February, the judge granted Ditton a new trial. Mark Loudon Brown is Ditton's attorney. How big of a deal is this?
Well, I think it's a huge deal for Ms. Denton, but I also think it's a very big deal for forensic science on a grander scale.
The judge recognized something else about Ditton's case. It involves that witness, Shannon Jones, who Ditton allegedly confessed to.
But she don't care who she heard, man. She don't care what she say.
Judge Gillis agreed with what the Review reported in 2018, that Jones only came up with her story after detectives lied that they had evidence putting her at the scene of the crime.
The police actually said to Ms. Jones, you can either be a suspect or you can be a witness.
You can decide right now whether you want to be a witness or you want to be a suspect.
And she's crying at this point. She says, I don't want to be a suspect. I don't want to be a suspect.
Well, you need to tell me the truth right now. I'm tired of joking around.
And then she comes up with this story.
A short time after the judge ordered a new trial, a surprise turn. The district attorney declined to prosecute Ditton's new trial. And on April 8, 2020, the 53-year-old is released from prison in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. That's her in the back seat, Ditton and her attorneys wearing masks.
I was overwhelmed, and I couldn't do nothing but smile.
Allen says her mom isn't ready to do interviews. She's too busy getting to know her grandchildren. What do you hope people get out of your mom's story?
That to never give up, be there for them, be there. That's the most important thing, is being there. It gives them hope.
Since 2005, more than 30 people incarcerated for bite mark evidence have been exonerated or had their indictments dismissed. Despite its track record, most states still allow bite mark evidence in trials today. We could learn tomorrow whether Governor Kemp will extend an order affecting thousands of Georgians who haven't been allowed to head back to work as of yet. While most businesses have been allowed to reopen as restrictions have been eased, the governor ordered bars, nightclubs, public pools, live performance venues, and amusement parks to remain closed through Wednesday. Bars like Elliott Street Pub in Castleberry Hill have managed to still do a little business by selling food to go, but the owner says he doesn't expect to reopen his 9-seat bar anytime soon, even if the governor allows it to happen next week.
I think in a time like this, we all have to be socially responsible, as operators, as customers, as employees, everything.
In times like these, sounds like the Foo Fighters, doesn't it? Man, oh man, if bars are allowed to reopen, they're going to face a long list of guidelines similar to restaurants. Six Flags, the giant Cobb County amusement park, announced it would allow guests by appointment only whenever the park may reopen, but he didn't give any clues as to when that could happen. We now know the coronavirus response and social distancing is having a big impact on crime in Atlanta. It's taking a bite out of crime. During a city council meeting today, Atlanta Police Chief Erica Shields said violent crime is down by 13%, rape down by 80%. She attributed that to closing bars, and robberies are down almost 30%. But with such little traffic, Chief Shields says they're seeing more people driving dangerously. We saw that over the weekend in the West End Mall. Videos posted on social media showing a large group watching people race and do donuts. Chief Shields says to fight this, they're pulling out more helicopter units to safely track this, but they are still talking about other ways to curb dangerous events like this one. At 11Alive, keeping your family safe is important to us, so we make it a point to track crime happening in communities all across Metro Atlanta. In Sandy Springs, a man has been arrested in connection with a deadly hit and run. Police say Kiera Stinner hit the victim, who was stopped on Georgia 400 Sunday because he had just been involved in a separate accident. Police are still looking for witnesses. If you saw anything, you're asked to call police. All the information is on 11alive.com. In Griffin, a 5-year-old accidentally shot and killed his 12-year-old brother. This is such a horrible story. Police say the 5-year-old told investigators that he had found a gun in the woods, and then he thought it was a toy. Investigators believe that gun could have been dropped by suspects who ran away from a nearby traffic stop earlier on Saturday. They have now shifted their investigation to look for the individuals who left that gun in the woods. That is horrible. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office is working to learn what led to the murder of an 83-year-old widow inside of her home. Deputies found Barbara Gibson's body inside her home near Mount Zion. She was killed just hours before her family planned to gather Sunday for Mother's Day. Members of the community say that Gibson was loved and she was cherished.
So many people knew this lady, loved her. You know, they're very upset. They definitely want somebody to pay for what has happened to her, and we just want justice for the family.
Ms. Gibson lived alone after her husband died several years ago. The Sheriff's Office not releasing any information yet on what possibly led to that shooting. Major League Baseball owners are ready for baseball, but now that they have approved a plan, why are the players standing in their way? We'll explain coming up in sports.
Well, the cold front moved through this morning, so tonight temperatures are going to be a lot chillier than it was this morning as that cool air settles in and we have clear skies and weakening winds. So coming up, how low those temperatures will go and what you can expect for the weekend.
Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/.
Emory University taking part in a second clinical trial for treating COVID-19. Emory researchers played a major role in the first trial for the drug REMDESIVIR, and now they are again working on another study sponsored by the National Institutes of Health. It evaluates the safety and effectiveness of pairing that drug with another called BARICITINIB. It is an anti-inflammatory drug typically used to treat rheumatoid arthritis. Researchers plan to enroll more than 1,000 people in this clinical trial at 100 sites around the world, including Emory University. COVID-19 forcing airlines to limit travel, but with more states reopening, there are questions about the possibility of summer vacations. But what will it take for you to feel comfortable taking a trip? Here's Jennifer Bellamy.
Prices are low and planes are empty, but that's not pushing folks to head out on a trip. According to a recent Harris poll, 51% of Americans have called off or put off their travel plans because of coronavirus concerns. 49% said they'd be ready to fly 6 months after the government said the virus is subsiding. FlightStats says since the end of March, U.S. airlines canceled nearly 220,000 flights nationwide, and nearly 50,000 have been canceled in Europe. And passengers aren't the only ones concerned. The Allied Pilots Association has called for tougher measures from the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA. The group wants to see temperature scans and safety gear for crew members, like masks and gloves, saying it will help give travelers more confidence. Still, at least for now, experts advise holding off on that trip. The CDC says all non-essential international travel should be avoided. And back at the end of March, the State Department raised the global travel advisory to its highest level, 4, do not travel. Travel pros say the international travel market will take longer to bounce back as people are uneasy about flying, and other countries may not reopen their borders right away. Many expect regional travel within the United States will come back first as people are anxious to get out and may seek drivable destinations or outdoor locations to visit.
If you do plan to travel fairly soon, experts say you should think hard about where you plan to stay and the location's cleanliness. Also, you'll need to consider how you can practice social distancing while away. That doesn't sound like much fun, but sitting at home doesn't sound like fun either, right? Highway traffic has been steadily making a return with more people leaving their homes. The demand for gas is steadily going up. The average price for a gallon of regular, $1.85. It's up 6 cents, still cheaper than it was a month ago. Gas was closer to $3 a gallon this time last year. Here in Georgia, we are averaging $1.64 a gallon. That's down 8 cents from April, but don't expect those lows to last. Experts say prices, they will continue creeping up over the next 5 weeks. We're getting into the warmer weather. Speaking of,
Your 11Alive storm trackers are tracking these unusually cool temperatures, and we're going to be seeing reinforcing cool air move in overnight. So here in Atlanta, we're going to be down in the mid-40s overnight. Our suburbs, low 40s, and temperatures down in the 30s across much of the higher elevations of North Georgia. But by the afternoon, we all should be warming up nicely. We'll make it into the low 70s. So we put a 9 on the wazometer on that scale of 1 to an 11, with an 11 being a perfect day. So keep in mind, even though it'll be cool to start tomorrow and you may need a jacket, the sun is really strong right now. So we have a 9 for a UV index, meaning you can burn in just 15 to 25 minutes. So you need to keep your eyes protected with sunglasses, a hat on, sunscreen. and finding shade helps as well. So the reason why we're seeing such brilliant sunshine is we have that frontal system move through. It's over Florida right now, and we have those dry northwesterly winds that were quite strong earlier, blowing up around 30 miles per hour, but they're weakening overnight, and that will allow our temperatures to drop pretty quickly with the clear skies, dry conditions. So we'll see those temps down in the mid-40s in the Atlanta metro area, and then warming up into the low 70s by the middle of the afternoon. So really nice Tuesday ahead. We will start out chilly overnight, those temperatures dropping down, so we'll be in the 30s, mid-30s in Dalton and Blairsville, into Rome as well. We'll be in the upper 30s. We'll be in the low 40s in Carrollton tomorrow morning as you head out, right around 40 or 41 in Athens and Covington. So chilly start there. And then by the afternoon, we should be making it into the low 70s. So a very nice afternoon to look forward to. Really nice day all in all, just a chilly start. And I do think tomorrow will be the coolest day of the next week. And then we'll start to see high pressure building in over us, and temperatures warming up a little bit day by day as we head towards the end of the week and into the weekend. And it does look like a mostly dry week, too. We have a few disturbances that are going to try to bring in some clouds to our north from time to time the next couple of days, but we don't expect any big soaking or storm event to happen the next few days at all. But we are watching over the weekend as things appear to be changing a little bit. I widened out here so you can see the American model. It shows a disturbance over the weekend starting to develop well off of our coastline, possibly moving to the north, maybe towards the Carolina coast, not necessarily heading in that direction totally. It'll probably curve on out, but it's just signs that things are starting to get more active in the Atlantic. And you know, hurricane season begins June 1st, so it's right around the corner. So a cool morning tomorrow. We'll start it out with plenty of sunshine. There'll be clouds from time to time, but no rain really expected until a slight chance as we get to the weekend. So a mostly dry week ahead with temperatures warming into the mid-80s by the end of the week.
All right, the race to develop a vaccine for COVID-19 well underway, but studies suggest our best ally could be our warm climate. Meteorologist Wes Beery tells us why.
Scientists have been working very quickly to try and understand how the virus related to COVID-19 will react in things like heat, humidity, also into sunlight. And during the spring and the summertime, especially in the middle of summer, we get the direct rays of the sunlight at a more severe angle. And researchers are finding that civilization near that 35 north marker and to the south of the equator are actually faring slightly better than civilization to the north of that. That could be related to several reasons. Direct UVB light from the sun is killing the virus, so are really hot temperatures. Humidity is also detrimental to that. And if you look at that, Atlanta, Georgia, and much of the southeast is near and below that 35-degree line, which is, according to studies, allowing some civilizations to fare a little bit better.
We have a full breakdown of the studies on our website. Just head over to 11alive.com and look for the article. Sports time, today's backyard highlight of the day. They call him LeBarn James, getting in some basketball thanks to some farming equipment and the barn acting as the backboard. That's how it all began in Hoosier land. Most impressive, the basketball uniform. Shout out to Will Hartzell for today's backyard highlight. Not bad, not bad. Got that lefty thing going on there. Today, Major League Baseball owners approved a plan that would have baseball return around the 4th of July with a training period before that. That plan will go to the Players Union for approval, but it may not be easy. Are there any plans that are easy, quite frankly? Here are some of the major points, according to the Associated Press. The big point of contention is the 50-50 revenue split to pay for player salaries. Players are concerned it could lead to a salary cap in the future. Players have been against a cap for quite some time, and tying salaries to revenue could start a precedent. So the Players Union is not expected to approve it when they receive it tomorrow, but truth be told, does anybody have a decent idea any better than this? I don't see anything out there that really is any good, but you know what? Let's play ball, y'all. One player has pushed back publicly about the MLB plan, and that would be the Nationals pitcher Sean Doolittle, raising questions on his social media about testing numbers, clubhouse layouts for safety, and players with pre-existing conditions. That's his main concern. He wants to see it addressed. Others in Major League Baseball have questioned how certain operations will work. Right now, there's no word on how those things will be addressed in this plan. That could become an issue, and there could be a lot of issues, quite frankly. We don't know if leagues are ready to go, but we do know this. The stadiums and teams are working to prepare in the event that they are set. Maria Martin tells us how they are working to open sports safely.
Live sports such as UFC returned over the weekend, NASCAR resumes on Sunday, and now baseball could be next. Today, MLB owners approving a plan where we could see baseball return to the diamond as early as July. Now, even though all of that is not quite set in stone just yet, several Atlanta executives met with the Cobb County Chamber of Commerce today, virtually, of course, to discuss their plans for opening back up.
Right now, it's a little foggy.
Atlanta sports executives are trying to prepare for a return to sports, whatever that may look like.
It's a glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel.
Major League Soccer, for example, has players back at the training facilities. Even though there's no timetable for a return to the pitch, Atlanta United president Darren Eales is hopeful.
Our hope is still to play that full season. But, we're looking at a number of options. That might be extending our season beyond, at the moment, it would finish in November. Take that even into perhaps 21.
As for the NBA, facilities have been allowed to reopen where stay-at-home orders have been relaxed.
Kept everybody part-time, full-time, everybody paid for all events through the end of our fiscal year, which is June 30th.
But as far as the NBA returning,
there's just so much doubt right now. I don't know when we'll go back to play.
Falcons president and CEO Rich McKay is looking at things one day at a time.
A memo came out last week talking about our facilities and opening up, and that's going to happen, and it's going to happen soon.
And lastly, baseball is closer than ever to returning. The MLB owners agreeing to a plan that would have baseball back in July. Atlanta Braves president Derek Schiller revealed changes to Truist Park that has them ready when a start to the season is allowed.
We've initiated a number of different safety protocols within the facility, so at the time and place that we're ready to host people, including our players in the facility, that we're going to be ready to go.
All right, I don't know what to make of any of that, quite frankly, and you're smarter than I am. You probably have a better sense of when baseball comes back or if this plan works. We'll take a break. We're back right after this.
Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscast.
As we continue to celebrate Nurses Appreciation Week, we're hearing from nurses working on those COVID-19 units, and they are focused on helping patients battle the virus each and every day, and each and every hour for that matter. Liza Lucas has their story.
The only constant in nursing is change.
The situation that's going on now, especially with COVID, when you stepped in those doors, you had no idea what your day was going to be like.
Things are changing, not just even weekly, daily, hourly, whether it's this virus or something else, we come together.
Honestly, I just couldn't not help out if I was needed right now.
When you go through something like this, you bond with all of the people that you work with. You become more of a family.
While nurses across the nation are coming together as family, they're also stepping up for those patients who don't currently have family to turn to.
You're dealing with people that are typically at the worst point of their life.
These people, like, even when they're at their end of life moments and not able to be in that room to hold their loved one's hand.
The nurses that are at the bedside right now, they're having to be those surrogate family members because they're not letting people visit.
What keeps me positive and motivated is knowing that I'm going to be the only person my patient sees all day.
Despite the chaos of today and the unknown of tomorrow, these men and women are determined to tackle each day with empathy and determination.
We will stand arm in arm and face anything that we need to face together.
We're all in this together and we need each other.
What you survive makes you stronger. This is just going to make super strong nurses.
A lot of birthday love shared over the weekend from a distance in DeKalb County. As Valjean James turned 98 on Mother's Day, her friends and church family could not let that occasion pass by without a celebration, an emotional celebration for her. Decorations, a musician playing in the yard, and they came by one by one by one by one in their cars. Mrs. James is the oldest member at Mount Pleasant Baptist Church. She has seen a lot of things in her life. And she was still teaching Sunday school when services moved online due to the pandemic. All those cars rolling by really created a lot of emotion for her as she saw that she is loved by her community and received a lot of cards as well. All right, that's it for us tonight. We appreciate you watching as always. We're grateful here, team at 11Alive. We will be here beginning tomorrow, and Up Late is up next on 11Alive. Have a great night. I'm Jeff Hollinger. We will see you tomorrow.
Channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during primetime. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
A new prosecutor takes over the Ahmaud Arbery case, one of the first moves she made today. Plus, Governor Brian Kemp says Georgia is heading in the right direction to fight COVID-19. We'll dig into the numbers he's using to back it up. And a new COVID-19 mystery illness in children this time. We are live with the symptoms Atlanta doctors are looking for. From 11Alive.